you. Thanks for joining me. Today, for a discomfort cooking challenge, I've got a friend who has never tried zucchini before in any format. And so we are going to try making zucchini 5 different ways
if raw, right?
So, true.
Yep.
We're going to try zucchini 6 different ways, 5 different cooking methods to get an opinion on zucchini very fairly. If by the end of this, it's a hard no on zucchini, I don't think anyone could fault you for not liking zucchini.
That is what I'm here for.
Yeah. So I personally have had zucchini quite a lot in my life, but I am quite picky because I don't like the skin squeak that zucchini can sometimes have when it's cooked. So I'm hoping that this will also help me to find some other ways to cook with zucchini that I actually really like. So we're gonna try the raw zucchini first. Cheers.
Okay. That's fine. It is kind of like cucumber. But not. Okay. Try to.
It's something that kind of like absorbs flavor pretty well. You know, it's like not crazy powerful on its own.
You can see that.
But the raw, I have to say, like the raw skin, I don't mind.
Okay.
It's more like once it gets cooked to a certain level where it gets like squeaky. But this is fine.
This is fine. I would eat this. It is kind of like cucumber. But not. Okay. Try to.
It's something that kind of like absorbs flavor pretty well. You know, it's like not crazy powerful on its own.
You can see that.
But the raw, I have to say, like the raw skin, I don't mind.
Okay.
It's more like once it gets cooked to a certain level where it gets like squeaky. So the first cooked zucchini that we have is zucchini fries. They've been cooked in the oven and covered with a panko breading.
The skin's not squeaky.
It does bring out the skin flavor more. We added a good amount of pepper.
Yeah,
It's got a bit of a spice, eh?
It's a very nice baked vegetable taste.
But the texture of the skin's good. There's not a lot of crisp. Like even the panko, like it kind of compensates for like the bits that were up high. They still didn't get like crispy.
Definitely prefer thinner spears.
Yeah, and I think with the panko, I almost feel like if you fried the zucchini and then added the panko and like fried it kind of again, kind of like what we'll probably do with the fritters, might be a little bit more.
Overall good though. Depending on the size of the zucchini, I'd just make them probably thin, more like fries.
Yeah. So compared to raw, do you think cooking elevated it for you?
Yes, cooking usually elevates things for me in general.
I think I would want to flavor the panko. But this was a good test to see like the cooking method, but the recipe would probably have some tweaking from us.
Indeed.
But overall, not bad.
Not bad.
So far, no hating of zucchini. So not total loss. So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is the grilled zucchini. So it was done on the barbecue, and then just per the recipe, we just sprinkle on herbs afterwards. So we got some fresh.
Overdo the lemon juice.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put some sauce on the side, and then dip him.
I'm gonna try it on it, I think.
Beep beep.
This is just lemon juice.
It's definitely good. I don't know if the grill flavor makes it better. It's got grill flavor.
I think the texture is better.
For some reason, I don't like the skin on either side.
Like it's almost worse than having it with the skin
Then it's
on
consistent.
the complete underbelly.
Yeah.
I can get that. And it's such a small thing that like I wouldn't have thought where the skin is on impacting the enjoyment of it, but it makes sense. I think like the fresh herbs, it feels almost more plain with the fresh herbs for some reason for me. I don't know. I guess I should try it like plain too. Yeah, I almost feel like the experience.
You just want the grill?
Yeah, the experience with the fresh herbs on it. To me, yeah, I feel like I would want the herbs cooked a little bit, or maybe no. Try it without any herbs on it.
I did eat mine essentially with no herbs on it.
Oh.
You had a nice little mound there. It's like, I kind of want it to be a spear. I want it on the grill, and I wouldn't mind it having panko on it as well, but seasoned so far.
We now have some zucchini bread that is ready for us to try. Banana bready, carrot cakey kind of look. I'm definitely getting the carrot cake vibe.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me there was zucchini in it, I wouldn't assume. Nice loaf.
Yeah.
It's giving me Christmas feels.
I kind of wonder, like, if you added a little bit of potato in there to give it kind of a little bit more of a...
Turn it into a meal and not a dessert.
Yeah.
Next up, we have zucchini chips to try.
So these, they don't really crisp up. They're
No.
like...
No, they don't.
like, I can fold it. So it's not crispy, but it's browned. Like, it's...
Yep.
You wouldn't really want to put it on much longer. So, we'll see.
On here.
And this is the one that we, like, added herbs kind of more in the middle of cooking, but it does not really taste of them.
Nope. I guess the convenience of the shape of them is for dipping.
I guess. Let's try it with the dip, maybe? If you want to. I'm going to try it with the dip.
Look at this little guy.
And I don't know, did you like the thin or the thick piece better?
Neither.
They're both just what they are.
I mean, that's better, but the dip's just carrying.
Yeah, the dip's putting a lot of heavy lifting there. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think that there's much redemption for this for me.
Nope.
But
They're also so much oilier, like
Yeah.
the method itself.
yeah,
And
like
then it's
the
not worth it.
Yeah, like there's a lot easier ways to do that turn out better, that I don't think it's worth it. Maybe there's something that we're missing, but from what we've tried,
You could throw like panko on it, I guess.
yeah, I guess that was an option, right? It said you could do breaded, but even then, you could do breaded in the oven with this shape.
And I'd probably rather just do the fritters. But let me taste one.
Yeah, let's try the fritter. Good segue. Love it. Cheers.
The crunchiness is, yeah. Since everything else was so mushy.
Yeah, it's nice to have something with some crunch. It's a little salty to me, but I don't know if it's just like the one that I have.
I'm a very big salt person, so I don't find it salty, but
Okay.
I could understand that somebody else would. No, these are my favorite.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think for me,
Got a little bit of dill there.
I think for me, I would like a little bit of extra like paprika or something in here. Like I want something with a little more kick. I do like the herbs in it, but I would probably season things a little bit differently if I were going kind of off of my own intuition. But the texture is very, very nice. But flavor-wise, I think I like the loaf a little better.
Loaf is second for me.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this is a better vehicle for dip because the other ones just flopped all over the place.
Oh, good point. I'm going to use a floppy so I'm not double dipping in here. Oh yeah, there's so many better ways to make it that those were a disappointment.
Zucchini chips suck.
Oh yeah. With this dip, that definitely, I don't know if it's tied or if this is just like slightly better, but the dip kind of makes it for me because it's just a little bit more of that flavor.
If you happen to not like cooked zucchini in any variety, the fritters will be your friend. I mean, and the loaf, but he's just a cake, so.
So I think the lesson that we learned is zucchini is better with friends, and it's better when you like kind of take it out of its shape for us, right? Like it was It wasn't too bad with the breaded or with the grilled, but it was zucchini, and there wasn't a lot of other things kind of taking over for it. And not that zucchini is bad, but I think there's a lot of things that it does better when it's like with someone. You know, there's a lot of symbiotic relationships with zucchini.
Honestly, I think I'd rather have raw zucchini with dip
Yeah.
than any of the like chips or the baked or the grilled one. That are
Do you want to try that again just to like confirm?
Sure.
I think I might be agreeing with you on that. Okay. I'm gonna try it with a little bit of salt and pepper on it too, I think.
Oh, just on it? Yeah, me too.
Like that and then put in the dip?
I was gonna eat it raw, salt and pepper, and then dip too.
Oh. See, we're on a similar wavelengths. Yeah, so like maybe cut these in half. Try half of it with the just salt and pepper and then half with
Yeah.
the dip.
Sorry.
Thank you. Trying just plain Jane.
This is how I usually have cucumber. Salt and pepper doesn't lend to zucchini as it does to cucumber.
No, I think it makes it worse maybe.
I think it does too.
Which is funny because every recipe that we've done, except for the bread, I think, calls for like the main thing for seasoning being salt and pepper. So like we might have just...
We just totally messed it all up. Everybody is wrong. Salt and pepper is actually not the staple. Okay. Here we go. Into some dip. And I still rather salt and pepper wasn't on there.
Yeah. Like if we do, let's do one more. Just raw zucchini confirmed. The salt and pepper is not a friend in zucchinis. Better than with the salt and pepper?
Most definitely.
Wow.
It's weird how much worse the salt and pepper made it.
That's so funny. And this whole time, like, I have been really struggling. I've been challenging myself to follow these recipes without adding extra seasonings. And so it's just like salt and pepper is the main thing these recipes were calling for. Did the salt and pepper. But I'm like,
Cooked it, and I'm sure they didn't do anything, but on their own, not good.
No, but now I'm curious, right? Like, if you omitted the salt and pepper, it wouldn't change the texture of these. But like, let's say on the breaded, if we omitted salt and pepper, maybe did like a little bit of seasoning salt in place of the salt, and then seasoned the panko.
That would
you would have.
That would have upped the experience immensely.
Yeah. Oh, and then put like a little bit of dill in the panko. Yeah. Yeah. So there's, from this, I think I'm really happy with like some of the things. Like I think some of these things I want to play with more in future, and some of them I most certainly do not. Overall, how would you say your feelings about zucchinis are? Do you think that anything's changed in terms of what you initially thought?
I had no initial thoughts,
Okay.
but I thought that I wouldn't like as many of them. I mean, texturally, I thought that was going to be a problem. The texture was weird. But I still ate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And none of them tasted bad, just some of them weren't good.
Some of them, they're edible, but they weren't anything to write home about.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go out of my way to eat that again. But I wouldn't starve and die if that was all I had to eat.
Yeah. That's a good evaluation of it, I think. Yeah. And like the fritters, I really liked, and I want to kind of mess around with making another version of that. The bread I really liked, and I also want to like try and modify that a little bit.
I think I'd want to double fry the fritters.
Yes.
I don't want the panko on
Yes.
the outside on the first round.
Yeah.
But I would do them again so I get crispy panko at the very end.
Or like I've had some recipes where you fry things in like the oil and then you add it to the oven and you kind of like bake it.
Oh, true, yeah.
To really crisp it up on the outside. I think that might knock that a little higher. So overall, I would say like the recipes were a good starting ground, but I feel like just from the two of us like doing these things, I feel like we could probably make them better.
Oh, yes.
No. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel very experienced now.
Yeah. I feel like I learned things, and now you can say you have had zucchini 6 different ways.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining, and hopefully this inspired you to try some zucchini if you haven't tried it before, or to just like try cooking things in ways that you have not had them. Because I think there's things to be learned even when we have foods that we're used to. If we only are trying them in that like default way, sometimes we miss out on some really cool ways to consume food. And it can kind of add into other things too, right? Like I might apply some of these principles to like a different vegetable. So there's a lot of things that you can take away from just experimenting with things with different recipes. So if any of this interests you, if you like to try and challenge yourself to do tiny little uncomfortable challenges, that's what my channel is all about. So would love to see you tag along.